So the first part of chapter 4 is talking about different medium. Media is a plural of medium, and it's basically the utensils or what you use to do your artwork. And in this particular chapter, we're discussing drawing. And drawing is using a pencil to create an image on paper or on any surface. And historically, drawing wasn't considered an art form. It was just considered the preliminaries for your painting or your sculpture. And obviously, those are important things when you are doing paintings, when you are doing sculpture, is to have a good sense of design. I love to teach drawing. It's to me so foundational. And because, like I described, I wasn't a very gifted artist when I took drawing. And I got some really good instruction. And so I feel like if you have a chance to push past that part of your brain that doesn't naturally have a gift for drawing, and you give yourself a chance to learn it, you can draw. I think that maybe because I did end up becoming a teacher, not being gifted, I have a lot of patience because, someone had patience with me. I know that if you give this a chance, you will develop some skills you didn't know you could have. So I want you to think of these lessons and exercises as if you were children and you were drawing for the first time. So, take off your mom hat, your grown-up hat, your I'm all mature hat, and let me teach you as if for the first time you're drawing. And you may already have skills. I know Justice is a very good artist already, and she's got some great skills. One of the things this does is develop eye-hand coordination. And if you've played sports, when you throw a ball and catch a ball, your eye is watching, I'm looking at Kayla and I want that ball to go directly to Kayla. And then she's got her hands out, and based on where I throw it, she's going to put her hands there based on what her eye sees and the speed of the ball and the direction, okay? She's looking with her eyes to catch it. I'm looking with my eyes to place it, to you directly. Those skills can be translated for art too. It's about what you are seeing with your eyeballs. And then you're using your hand, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you're using your hand to draw it, what you're looking at. If you can draw what you see, then you can draw anything. Just what we were looking at Robert Lange's paintings, he obviously has developed skill in painting to draw what he sees. And then he messes with the scale, and space a bit. But he had to start learning how to do it right, or what looks right. But the first type of drawing we're going to do is called contours. And contours are basically line drawings that define shape. The contour is the outline or the edge of an object. And so the first drawings we're going to do, we're just doing all lines. We're working with lines. Drawing is about lines. And eventually we'll talk about shading for depth. But for now, right now, we're simplifying it. We're drawing lines, which, the basis of our lines. And lines are edges. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So I ask that this be in pen or marker or something you can't erase. You can use a crayon, not pencil. We're probably not going to use any pencil in our drawing class till the end, because it's not about erasing. It's not about a finished product. It's about training. The first type we're doing are called blind contours. Blind contours are not looking at your paper while you're drawing. The more you can get into the habit of this, the better your skills will be. Eye-hand coordination, like when you're doing sports, throwing and catching. You're learning, you don't have to look at your hands to know where they are. You start doing that with your children when they're little tiny things. Rolling a ball to them, and they have to put their hands and try to throw it back, and they get better and better. And so we're used to doing things with our eyes and our hands. Contour lines aren't about giving you distance, except in front of and behind. It's about defining the shape of things. We're going to work quickly. These blind contours should only take about a minute. But we're going to start with our hand on our paper. So just lay the hand you don't write with on your paper, spread your fingers, and then do a contour line drawing of your hand on your paper. Go around it as carefully as you can. when you're old like me, you have lots of nice wrinkles on your knuckles. You guys are young, you don't have any wrinkles. Or if you have rings, go, move the pencil around as if you follow the rings, where the rings are on your hand. And then just go wrist to one side of the wrist to the other. And your pencil on your paper, follow your fingers. You're not looking at your paper. One of the things you have to remember is that right now, this is not about performance. These drawings are going in the garbage. Nobody else has to see them. This is about developing your skills where you are using your eyes to go around your hand on the paper. And then, as you can see with this one behind me, it looks like they almost went off the paper. They kind of went off the paper a little bit. We can deal with that. Just follow your hands. I think of it like you're an ant, and the ant is following around the edges. We call blind contours. Her hand in the air, and she's drawing her hand as her eye moves around it. Studio rule number 1, no criticism. The older we get, the harder that is to obey. No, this has got to be try it, new skill, safety zone. If you can't feel safe here, then you won't try new things. My family is left-handed. Most of them are musicians. One of my sons is an artist too. I always get real giant. But do you notice that the line is moving around the shapes? That's what I'm looking for in this exercise, is the quality of the line, being observant. Your eyes being observant to noticing the movement of the fingers. The next drawing you're going to do is my head.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to look at me. You're just going to start at my shoulder. And I have wild hair, and I want you to follow my hair. I was the model. Here's the drawing. Very cool. You can keep one each time. It's good to date them, because here's what happens. This is your first one. Keep your first one. Keep a sample of your first one. And then your progress. And you'll find you're going to get better. You're going to notice things more. And they talked a lot about this in one of the chapters, the more you know, the more you see. Well, also, the more you look, the more carefully you look, and the more practiced you look, the better you can see. We're going to look at Calder, Circus. You've heard me talk about Alexander Calder as a sculptor, but he did these. He's got a whole book of these drawings of contour. To draw this bowl, I'm just drawing the outline. I'm not going to draw the inside of the bowl. I just went around. You're not doing inside the handle.